welcome fans and friends and viewers of all kinds. Window Lickers proudly brings to you its Raw Recap and Preview Show with host, The Voice, Joshua Joseph, and co-host, Bubba Duke. Welcome back, Window Lickers. You know what it is. You know what time it is. It's a Raw Recap and Review Show with me, The Voice, Joshua Joseph, with my co-host, the one, the only, the Vanilla Gorilla, the rain in Spain, Bubba Duke. What's up,
How's
my
it going,
friend?
That has been about the best intro I've ever had in my entire life, man. Thank you.
I'm all
Trying to fix
jacked
my
up
computer's
on
messed up.
Red Bull and Mountain Dew, so let's get this going. And we have a special guest. You know what, Bubba Duke?
Yes.
Do the co-hosting. Let us know who this
Do the
guy
co-host thing. This is I can't do as good as you though, but this is our great friend. Well, I just met the guy actually a couple weeks ago. I will consider him one of the family, whether it's the Windows Lickers or Turnbuckle Studios or the Boar's Nest or dude, you are family now. This is Terry, the one and only. How's it going, my friend?
Doing pretty good, brother.
There we go. Fans out
Bulkster.
there, if you know him, he is the Bulkster, and he is a part of TNT. We'll let the Lou get the information out about that, but TNT alum, the Bulkster, Terry Hantz. I've known him since school. We've bonded quickly over wrestling. It didn't take more than 5 seconds of us talking about wrestling to understand there was a friendship. And now that I've started this whole journey on my own, I've had a one loyal fan, and it's been the Bulkster. Everything I've done, he's always there. Terry, how are you doing, my friend?
Doing pretty good, living life the best you can, and wrestling, it kind of gives you that escape of life from life for a little bit. It gives you that,
Yes.
and it's nice that we have so much wrestling that we can actually dive deep in or critique or just kind of like what your thoughts are. It just kind of clears your head. You don't have to worry about what's going on in the real world.
Very true, man. I totally agree with you on that. Bubba Duke, how you been since last time?
Dude, living a dream, so to speak. Yeah, I'm getting my kid tons now. I'm getting to see her a lot. She calls me on this thing all the time and
Yeah.
tells me stories about how great her day's been. Working a lot. Watched the Super Bowl. That was quite the game. I wasn't expecting that to happen, and it happened. And I'm just coming up with some content for the Boar's Nest, which this is officially on the Boar's Nest now. So welcome everybody that's watching in the Boar's Nest. Thank you. Yeah, dude, I'm just living my life to the best I can at this point.
But there you go. That's all you can do. And speaking of living your life to the best you can, let's get right into one of the recap topics, starting it off. And I would like to talk to you two about some Drew McIntyre. We got some shit on the screen going on there.
I'm sorry, I had to. I like to talk a little shit every now and then. So this is my little friend that likes to talk shit.
Well, I've seen that out of the corner of my eye, so I knew that there's possibility Bubba Duke wants to jump in on his segment.
Yes, I love, as you know, I'm a Drew McIntyre guy. I hope that this little video clip that we got from his personal, like Facebook or whatever it was from, Instagram, I think, sorry, is a prelude to him actually signing a contract and the company utilizing this man the way they should. Forget
Okay.
the Vince chosen, forget that now. This is a new era, and I hope that we get that contract signing and this happens. I would love to see him go and take that title off of Seth Rollins at Elimination Chamber and just run with this title and make it 10 times bigger than what Seth has already made it. What
No.
does? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean that sounds right.
Like, let's, as far as everything that Vince has done, like, thank you. You made wrestling what it is today. And thank you for taking Triple H under your wing and letting him understand the business.
Yeah,
And now that we got Triple H, let's do this. Let's get this party going, Trips, and let's have fun. Because I'm actually enjoying the product again.
totally agree with you. Terry, I know you're a mark for Drew McIntyre.
Oh
Is
yeah. Like I said, he was never really like on my like, oh, he's one of my favorite wrestlers, but he has grown on me. Like I said, and his new, I would say it's a sense of humor. He brings to it with his new shirt with the CM Punk thing.
oh, that was
That's
great.
like right up my alley. I'm like, man, I want one of those shirts.
Yeah,
And so his witty nature now is bringing me into the Drew McIntyre, fan.
Right.
okay.
And so I'm looking forward to him. Like I said, I think he has potential to be a champion. Like I said, they like to throw curveballs at us.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we still got to worry about the whole Damian Priest having the the bet Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
So if that does happen to be the match, him versus Seth, I could see some Damian Priest thing because Damian and Drew aren't too friendly either with each other. They was blaming each other for different things. So
Yeah.
all right. We got Normal Red Devil coming in saying, "I would laugh if Damien cashes in on Drew." Haha. You know what? I, both of you bring up very valid points. And Bubba Duke and Terry, I'm pretty sure you
and
know.
and
I'm not a huge Drew
Yeah.
McIntyre fan.
and just so you know, Normal is a friend of mine.
Okay.
And actually, you probably know him too, Josh,
Okay.
from school. He was Josh Bush.
Of course, I know Josh Bush.
As you can see, he was dressed as God of War.
I seen that. I was like, well,
I
okay.
was just gonna say, dude is rocking the God of War paint. Like, he deserves to be
So
wearing that paint.
Well, Josh Bush, thank you for joining us here on Window Liquors, and it's great to see an old friend drop in to talk to a friend up above us. But I
Yes.
would like to say this: Drew McIntyre, you both know. Hopefully, I've said it a million times. Not
Oh
the
yeah.
biggest fan of Drew. I understand Drew. I see what he can do and what he brings to a promotion. Of course, he's a phenom. Come on, look at the size of the dude.
Right.
beast.
But I don't like the way WWE has packaged him over the years. I didn't like the chosen one. I thought that was lame. But who cares if you're the chosen one? And plus, look what time told who was the one who chose you. Do you really want that
Exactly.
moniker? No, you don't. So
Yeah.
again, like I said, I see it. I'm actually slowly, like you, Terry, becoming more of a Drew McIntyre fan. I like this. I like the video that Bubba Duke brought up. I like the fact that he has an intensity about him. And I absolutely love the fact that he wants to step into the ring with Seth freaking Rollins. Because right now, Seth Rollins is your testicles of your organization.
Oh,
He's the
100%.
guy who's bringing us to the show. Who what you gonna watch? What every 3 months Roman's defense or Roman's redone? You know what? You had to bring in The Rock to make you relevant again for WrestleMania when you should be relevant every fucking week. You should be terrifying guys in the ring.
Oh,
But
hell
I
yeah.
understand that they're doing what they're doing with Roman, and it's obviously working. He's still got a big fan base. But as a fan of this for so long, you give me more because we deserve it. We're the ones who, no matter the ups and downs of the WWE, we're tuning in every week.
Yes. It's
So,
yeah. Even if he would come in, like, say, just after Elimination Chamber, because obviously he's going to hang on to that title, come in and start just terrorizing people to build that back up to where we're like, oh, this dude could seriously maintain that title for quite a little longer. Like,
mm-hmm.
I would get behind that, but this dude comes in at the pay-per-view and does what? Okay, I win, bye, and we don't see him again. That's why I like Seth Rollins. I was never really big on Seth Rollins, but I give credit where credit's due. This dude's taken a title, made it not only a worthwhile title,
Mhm.
but dude's freaky in the ring. Like, you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know if he's gonna win, lose, like, but he's giving his all to that title, and you can't deny that. I just don't feel
Agree with
Roman's
you.
doing that.
Agree with you 100%. Before we get to your final thought on this one, Terry, we're going to check in with the Grunmeister, great friend of the Window Lickers, and Terry up there, the Bulkster. I
He's
think
my
I would.
biggest fan.
Grunmeister is your biggest fan. I think I would prefer Damian Priest leave Mania as the champ. Interesting idea there. Interesting
find that.
idea. I could.
I want to hear Terry's final thought, and then I'll go on to why
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
So final thought on Drew.
Yeah, Drew's
Yes.
Drew's overall presence of today
Like I said.
as we sit.
Like I said, he's doing really good. I haven't heard any news as in if he's, because the talks was like his contract's coming up and
Mm-hmm.
he hasn't signed. So I don't know if there's any further news on if he has resigned. If they have, they kept it hush hush. You know, I'm hoping that this new resurgence of him, you know, be able to break that. You know, I got to be in a kilt and walk down the arena. You know, that's a little bit of his thing, but kind of move away from that and be more of a serious contender. I mean, I guess you can look at Seth and go, well, is he really serious? He's coming out like the Joker, kind of. So, I mean, as long as he can find his niche or reinvent his character a little bit, add to it, tweak it. Like I said, he's starting you know, with the little jabs at CM Punk. You know, even though we know he's going to be out for a while, they're still building that story. So when it does come back, it's going to be epic. You know, it's going to be people out of the seats ready for that match.
Exactly. And just before you go, Bubba Duke, Chris Best, part of the Raw Patrol, stopping in and saying, "Good evening, gentlemen. How you doing, Chris Best? Great to see you stop in before your big Raw Patrol." I called it Paw Patrol. I knew I was going to. I fucking knew it. This whole time I've been working my head. Okay, Bubba Duke, let's hear it.
Oh shit! I don't remember what I was gonna say now. Oh no, Damian Priest.
Yes.
See, I can see, and I would have zero issue with this being a fan of Drew McIntyre. Drew wins, so wore out, so beat down from the match. Damian comes in, takes the title from him. There's a perfect storyline. These two guys can go at it. Boom, and then hey, who knows? Maybe Drew wins it off of, you know, because he carries it for a month, whatever, you know. I could get behind it.
I don't see a flaw in that, but I will say that this Drew McIntyre story, once he gets Seth Rollins in the ring, we're gonna get the
just you and me now. I'm gonna touch you. Alright, dude. What the flip?
You know it's gonna happen. So Drew McIntyre, you get our what the flip moment. We can't wait to see what happens. I know it's gonna be fantastic. So it's gonna be a good one.
Whatever they do with Drew, he's gonna take it and he's gonna run with it and he's gonna sell that. It could be this. It could be a pile of shit and he's gonna sell it and make it look like $1 million at this point.
You ain't lying. You are not lying. So
next,
that's going to get us to the fatal 4-way tag team matchup they had on last week's Raw.
Yes.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but DIY ended up walking away with that.
They did.
So I want to go to Terry Bulkster. Give us your opinion on that match and what you think that does for DIY.
Well, makes it where they basically put a rocket on their back to, you know, put them in that title picture of, you know, of contenders. You know, they still have to go up against Dunn and
Pete Dunne and
here we are.
That guy.
Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate.
Tyler Bate. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
There we go. Yep.
And what's interesting is I remember them two teams fighting in NXT, and they had epic. I think I was even at one of those takeovers in Chicago when they had either a ladder match or it was at least a tag team ladders match. It could have been. I don't know. All I know, it was so exciting, and if they do compare to that, I mean, I'm all for it. Let's see this match. I mean, technically, they should have that match at Elimination Chamber instead of on a SmackDown and go full board. Get a little bit longer match probably, and then have the title match at WrestleMania. But I know they're having it on SmackDown. But still, hopefully they do a pretty good showing. Give them a little bit more time so they can really stand out.
Yeah, and Chris Best coming in saying they had a match on SmackDown. Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne won. So I guess
So there we go.
Yeah, but I don't think it stops there. Bubba Duke, let's get your input on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I know we all know DIY won, and I just want to point out how epic the other tag teams were in this match. Like, everybody was on point. They were hitting their spots perfect. Some of them were outrageous, like holy cannonball Batman. Like that's not a dude I want to see cannonballing at me. Like, no, just no thank you. I mean, I'm gonna catch him, but whatever. They were all firing on all cylinders, so you really had no clue who was gonna win this match until the very end. And
Yeah.
heads up for the guys in DIY because they realized the wrong guy was doing the pin and he pushed them off and took the pin. So, thank you for being aware that who the legal man was, because that made it look twice as cool because you're like, oh, they got the win. And then dude pushed his teammate off and took the pin. And you're like, why'd he do that? And I had Chris Best go, oh, because he was the legal man. The other guy wasn't. So it kind of had a little light bulb go off that not only are they hitting all their spots for everybody, but we're keeping track of who the real person in the ring at the time is.
Yeah.
And then they go and do this match on SmackDown. I caught bits and parts of it. Again, 4 guys just on point and making the tag team division look like a bunch of gods in the ring. Really, they were just, everything was perfect. There was flow between each part, not just, oh, here we go, we're getting this. It was all flowing and it looked really cool. I enjoyed the match, even with all the teams and everything. It was cool.
All right, we got Chris Best coming in saying, but both Fatal 4-Way matches, as I've been saying on the Raw watch along, showcased just how deep the tag team roster is in the WWE. And you are correct on that. Going to my thoughts on it, honestly, Tommaso Ciampa and Gargano, Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I love Gargano. I have, before he went and he got injured that last time and he was out for a little bit, I had every single shirt of his that dropped. I even got the special edition of his baseball team from where he's from, where he took his face and traded out the Indians logo. So I got a Gargano's Indians logo.
Dude.
Like, I love Johnny Wrestling. I love Ciampa. I think those 2 guys were the adrenaline shot in NXT. Those 2 guys, the storyline that they had when they split them up, and I mean, even Tommaso, when he had his fucking run and then he hurt his neck. I mean, tell me you guys weren't sitting on your edge of your seats waiting for what he was going to do next. And then he got injured. Like, he was ready to go. And that's exciting to me. That's my wrestling. That's the guy I want to see in the ring, giving out every bit of what he has for the people watching, because both guys, Johnny Wrestling and Tommaso, I mean, these guys are fantastic. I love them because they're not too much bigger than me in height wise. So it's, something I can be like, hey, those guys could do it too. But at the end of the day, they're great tag team together. I think this does do wonders, and like Chris Best alluded to, the depth of the tag team division in the WWE is by far one of the best out there, and they don't disappoint in their matches.
Yeah, there's been so many tag teams. It would be a prime time if they would split the title belts up again. Like have it
Yes.
2 titles.
Very
Maybe
true.
not
I've been saying
specifically. Maybe not just Raw and SmackDown. Do what they do with like a world championship. You have a world championship. You have Intercontinental U.S. Do like a Intercontinental Tag Team Championships and World Tag Team Championships where you have your mid carders and people chasing after both sets of titles. I mean,
So
Oh.
I kind of
That's-
like that idea. That's
That's a
not a
good
bad
idea,
idea.
have your
Bubba Duke, let's
undisputed-
get your final thoughts on this.
I was just gonna continue what he like. Get your undisputed titles, and then your mid card title, like your intercontinental champion, tag team champions. That would be epic. But as far as the tag team division, yeah, dude, you put anybody in the ring, and you're gonna have an entertaining match, regardless.
Yeah.
It's like the women's division. You could put anyone in anywhere, and it's gonna be entertaining.
I agree with you
I
on
love
that
it.
one. Definitely the tag team division as it sets right now is fantastic. It's definitely where we need it to be, and just hopefully they
Leave me the fuck alone. You know what I'm saying? But I will take y'all rocks. You know what I'm saying?
hopefully they just leave the tag team division the fuck alone. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what our friend Cam Patterson out there and Kill Tony Land is telling everybody. I love the tag team division. I know there's not a lot of people out there who like tag team matches, but I grew up on it. I mean, Edge, Christian, the Hardys, Dudley's, just keep naming them. And I mean, Raven, Tommy Dreamer, when they teamed up. I mean, come on, Jesus Christ. We came from the
Terry
fucking
Funk.
era of some of the
Man.
greatest tag teams to ever walk the fucking planet. And the fact that they're going back to that there's so many of them out there is awesome. All right, we got the Grunmeister coming in saying the tag team division needs to be protected. They have a lot of potential and talent. This could be a legendary group of teams. You are correct, and that's why we gave them the Cam Patterson, leave me the fuck alone. But I will take
Yep.
your rocks.
Yes,
So-
definitely.
You guys good on the tag team discussion? I think we can go.
Let's do it.
Now let's hit up the last recap that we have, and that would be the Rhea and Nia Jax situation.
yeah.
Little situation going on. Oh, and we got Josh Bush coming in saying LOD, and if you don't know those letters, get the fuck out of my chat. Just go.
Right?
Go now.
Don't let that door hit you on the ass on the way out.
Yeah.
Right there. There's the door.
Go ask your parents who they were. They'll tell you. All right, so we're gonna dive into the Rhea and Nia Jax. Let's start with you, Bubba Duke. How are you enjoying this this storyline, this growth into what we're gonna see at the Elimination Chamber?
Personally, I don't think Nia is ready just yet to have a title.
Okay.
That being said, you obviously need someone for Rhea to make herself look even more dominant than she already is.
Mm-hmm.
Why not go after their nowadays beast of a woman being Nia? And if she's doing this properly, like she's actually taking tips from the other wrestlers as far as executing moves and not hurting somebody, then it's going to be an epic match. But if she's not listening to the other wrestlers, like let's say Natalya, because I know for a fact Natalia's in the back helping everybody because that's who she is.
Chris Best coming in with League of Dorks.
There's the door, bro. But yeah, if she's not listening to anybody, then it's gonna be a shit show again. And the little bit of confidence that I have built up for this woman is gonna be
Mhm.
gone again.
Okay.
Because I don't think she's ready for anything big right now. She should still be like bottom of the pile, working her way through to get better in the ring. Because I don't want her to hurt anybody else. Because if she does, it's gonna be bad. It's just gonna be bad for her.
Yeah. I mean, Larry David.
Because it was an accident. It was an accidental erection.
I mean, Nia Jax just says it was an accident. So I get what you're saying. I can see what you're saying there.
Yeah.
Terry, let's hear your thoughts on Nia Jax and the whole Rhea storyline.
I think it's got a lot of potential. I mean, like I said, I'm enjoying it. Like I said, this is the best I've liked Nia Jax ever.
Okay.
So, you know, she has. I mean, initially when she came out the Royal Rumble, and there was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe that she's back" type moment. And then when she did finally come back to step up to Rhea, well, the rest of the whole thing. I mean, it because we're to the point like, who can dethrone Rhea? I mean, yes, we love her as a champion, but who can dethrone her?
Yep.
They haven't really thrown anybody in there that looks like they could take her. Or, I mean, I thought Shannon Brazier or Zoe Stark, those MMA type fight style, would have a chance, but she just basically squashes them. It's like, wow. So this is the point where they made her like so superhuman
Yeah.
for a women's division that you don't have anybody. But Nia Jax is coming out there pushing her authority around, and she has a demeanor about her that just makes her go, "Wow, she means business." And the last few weeks, they've made her, just crush Rhea. Most likely, like I said, I think Rhea is going to overcome this because Daniel versus Goliath type atmosphere, and he will be standing up like crazy if she can get Nia up for her finisher. You know, that's a lot of woman.
Oh, that's gonna
And-
go. That's gonna make Perth go nuts if she can do that.
And that's
And
what I was saying.
so
Well-
yeah, I mean, if Nia does, like you said, listens to the back, some of the legends, some of the younger talent. I mean, but she's been there a long time too. I mean, but she just wasn't very good in ring, and I think maybe the time that she was away, even though she didn't post a lot on social media, maybe she was practicing really hard. I mean, I don't know what her work ethic is, but
Yeah.
what I've seen so far, okay, I'm gonna give you a shot here.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let's see what Chris Best is chiming in with. He says, "I think Nia is ready for a shot, but she won't win the title. Plus, it makes sense for both of them to collide, given that they've both run through the yeah. Chris Best, very good
Yeah.
point on that one. Kind of what you were alluding to, Bubba Duke. I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I'm a Nia fan. I've been a Nia fan since she came in. I like how she's presented. I really do. I think that you could it makes me go back to China's days. And I'm not saying in-ring performance at all. But what I am saying is the presence. The Rhea's got the same thing. She's got the
Mhm.
I mean, I call Rhea the
China.
10th wonder of the world. I mean, I do.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, she's amazing for the female division in itself. She's a commodity that needs to be pushed as she has been. Let's see what Grunmeister's coming in. If the women's roster believes she is doing better than her first run, yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
That's
It's very true, Grunmeister.
yeah.
Very true.
If she's listening again and absorbing stuff now that she's back,
But
then yeah, she
also,
totally deserves it.
also with the light of the era that she was in and who was in control,
That was
you could go. She could take the easy way out and be like, well, I was in a toxic environment, but she's not. What she's
No, she's
doing
not.
is she's taking her chance, like all three of us have discussed and we've seen discussed in the chats that we watch. She's taking her chance and she's running with it. And
Yeah.
thank God for that, because I like Nia. I think she's going to be fantastic in the next few years. I really think I like your point, Bubba Duke, about how this sets her up. Like who could take down Nia? Terry, you said this, or who could take down Rhea? Terry, you said the same thing. But this sets up for Jade to come in.
Hmm.
This is a perfect stepping stone for Jade and her overall presence, what they're trying to do with her, because they're protecting her. They
Oh,
are not
huge.
letting her get in. They are not letting this opportunity waste. And that is perfect. That is Trips at his best. This is world champion Trips we got, but he's running the organization, because this is fantastic storytelling. And honestly, I cannot wait. I wouldn't mind, and this is just me, but I wouldn't mind for WrestleMania for a 3-way for Rhea's title against Nia and Jade.
I was
I
just
think that
thinking
would
that.
be fantastic. I would even, if Jade's not ready, why not throw Becky in there? Becky could,
No.
she could elevate that match if that's what they're going to do. We don't know. We're still
Oh,
weeks
God, yeah.
away from WrestleMania. There's so much time to
Speculation.
tell stories that it's
Exactly.
kind of pointless to give your guarantee this is what's going to happen right now. So like both of you, I can't wait for the where this goes, especially after Elimination Chamber. I want to
Oh,
see what
God, yeah.
happens.
Yeah. I'm just, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of Nia Jax because of the past, but I am open to seeing her get better and be elevated to that point of, yeah, you need to have a title now because you've destroyed everybody.
Yeah. Terry, final thoughts on that one.
No, I think he's, like I said, accurate. I mean, we got to have Nia to see how she does in the next few months.
Very
Like I
true.
said, they already kind of planted seeds for future stories with Nia and Jade, with Jade eliminating her out of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of surprised Nia. They're setting up seeds. You know, that could be a WrestleMania match in itself.
Yeah,
Nia
it could
versus
be.
Jade. So
Number one contender right there.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
that
yeah,
could be
let's see what
fantastic.
happens here.
I kind of like it. I'm looking forward to that one. All right, so now we have reached the part in the show where we start the review, boys. And then after that, stick around with us and raid out to the Raw Patrol, part of Turnbuckle Studios. You'll love it. There's a multiple personalities on the show, and I guarantee you're gonna find somebody that you're gonna enjoy. If you like what he's saying now, Bubba Duke will be over there as soon as he's done with us. We will get him over there, but let's get into the review. And this, ladies and gentlemen, the review part, I do enjoy the recap part also, but the review part on this one is exactly why I asked the Bulkster to come in, because I love his insight on things that are going to happen. So let's start this off. So tonight we have a qualifying match for
Yeah,
the Women's Elimination Chamber.
Ooh.
See, as soon
He's
as you
getting
said
all
yeah,
excited up
I
here.
had to throw that curveball, because damn it, I'm the host of this show, Bulkster. So we're gonna go into the Liv and Zoe Stark match for the qualifying for the Elimination Chamber. Fellas, I want to hear your opinions on both of these women, and because you're embarking on somebody who's been there and somebody who is now starting there. So
Yeah.
go ahead, Bubba Duke. Let's hit it.
Oh shit! I was gonna let Bulkster go first.
Okay. Well, Bulkster, you
Yeah,
go
let him
ahead.
go first.
I might have a unpopular opinion, but neither of them do anything for me. I mean,
Oh, boy's talking some shit.
I
I
love
just I wasn't excited when Liv came back. I mean, when she returned to the Rumble, it was like, oh, she was gone. I really, she hasn't done a lot. I mean, I know she had a. I mean, heck, I haven't run. I don't remember much since the the trio team that she was in with Ruby Riott and That's what I remember most from her. It's that long ago. And then I mean, you have Zoe Starks that she left NXT during the time that I wasn't watching it because I don't know, I just wasn't watching it then. And then she came up and she just doesn't have she has like a personality like Shayna Baszler. I mean, she doesn't do much. So when they put those both together in a tag team, it's like watching paint dry and you're waiting for something to happen. Something to happen. I just, like I said, I'm not excited for the match. If I want to see anybody in an elimination chamber, I think Zoe Starks would be more entertaining because of her hard hitting type thing. Liv Morgan, all she's going to do is run around the ring, maybe climb up to the top of the thing and jump off the thing. But I think Zoe might have some a little bit more harder punches, at least look like they're hard punches.
Yeah.
Than what Liv will do. So
you know what?
There we go.
Before you jump into this, this Terry Haunts, you terrific, beautiful bastard. I fucking love it. Thank you for saying that. You know what? You get my favorite fucking bump.
Yeah, why the fuck wasn't I on the lineup?
Was not an official member of the lineup.
Yeah, seriously, who's running this fucking thing? Why wasn't I fucking...
Who is running this fucking thing? Because I agree with everything fucking Terry said. Bubba Duke, let's hear it.
I can't argue with the guy. I can't, because neither one of them mean anything to me. I could care less. Literally, this is going to be my bathroom match. You watch. I'll get up in the middle of this one and use the washroom. I don't like either one of them. The one looks like a dude. The other one's way too girly to do anything. And all she does is press and prance around and does nothing. And I know I'm going to get an earful from Carl because he absolutely loves her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if she didn't talk and all I could do was look at her, then cool. Yeah, she's good looking. That's it. Like, I could really, honestly, I'd rather see Natalya and pick another woman wrestler that, isn't in the chamber and let them go at it.
Yeah.
Because then it's going to be more entertaining.
I mean, you guys are both making valid points. I've been saying this about Liv since the first day I've seen her. She's got the personality of a wet towel that has some tits. So they put her in a ring and that's what you get. And then all these neckbeards go out there and they get all jacked up on Liv being out there. Oh, let's Liv Morgan. Who gives a shit? And Zoe Starks, let me tell y'all, if you didn't pay attention to the Rumble, Zoe Starks was rocking a Z on the back of her jacket. And if you look up what that Z actually means, yeah, it's not a very good sign. So here's my take on Zoe Starks. You should have stayed in NXT. You should have developed. You should have became better. I understand what the Grunmeister's saying. Let me pop his message up here. Zoe has a great presence about her, and having her team with Shayna will make her infinitely better in the long run. Okay, Grun, I see what you're saying, and you do have some points, but I'm sorry, but Shayna's another one for me. She's a wet blanket with no personality. And it's like, come on, ladies. You have the physical features to dominate and to make it look fantastic. And Liv, you have a chance to come out and look like the who was the crazy one that used to follow Trish around? Mickey James.
Oh, Mickey James,
okay,
my girl.
Now go back, look at Mickey James. Mickey James, yes, did she come out and did she use her sexuality? Yes, of course she did. But then she fucking rocked your world with the shit she could do in a ring. And I've yet to see that from Zoe Starks. I've seen her pick up people. I've seen her do suplexes. That's it. I don't see her taking what the other girls take. I don't see her taking her ball, her chance, her moment, and running with it. Oh, okay. So you're getting teamed up with Shayna. Oh, Okay.
I just like to ask, where's her eyebrows?
I mean,
She shaved them off a long time ago, bud.
it's pretty bad when Liv Morgan isn't as entertaining as Mae Young in her 80s getting power bombed by. Anytime you see Mae Young, you're like, what's going to happen here? When you see
Yeah.
Liv Morgan, you're like, eh.
Mm, I
It's
could
like when
pass
she
on
had that promo a long time. I think the last thing before she got injured, she had a promo where she was crying and all going crazy in the corner, dark corner of the backstage. That's how I am when I'm watching one of her matches.
All right, we got the Grunmeister coming in with a very good question. We're just going to kind of breeze past that, Terry. But this does go towards you guys. I mean, and what we're actually talking about. Chelsea Green wants to bring back the Divas era in a way. Do you guys think that might help with the women who don't have as much personality?
No.
No?
Then you're
People that
getting
have
this.
personality, get rid of them.
Yeah, then you're getting a scary opportunity of like, oh, we're splitting the women's division into two categories, and then you're gonna get, complaints in that department.
See, and then you get replies like that,
Right.
Mr. the King. Puppies! I just could care less. If you have talent, wrestle. If you don't have talent, that's why we have NXT. Go back down there, develop yourself, get better, then come back up. If not, bye. There's other places that'll take you.
Fair point.
But I'm not going to beat around the shit here and tell you you're a great wrestler when you and have awesome talent when you don't.
Here's though where I do see what Chelsea Green is talking about, which what Grunmeister brought up. Chelsea Green can do that. She could play in the Divas era and in today's era and still be a star.
Well,
and she wouldn't lose any respect from the average wrestling fan. But that's a hard thing to teach. So so we don't run into this any further. Final thoughts on this, guys. Just go ahead and whip them out there. Lick that window. Anybody, go ahead.
I think the jury has spoken.
Okay, there we go. The Bulkster says the jury has spoken. I agree with both of you on this one. I will say this though. I will put this up. Grunmeister, he wants to acknowledge my rightness. So anytime that happens, that's a great time.
Let's revisit this in 3 months and see if our thoughts have changed.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Exactly,
That's a fair take on it. I can go with that. All right, so let's jump into the second. We're gonna go into another qualifier. Here we go. Now you can do whatever the hell you want, Terry. We have LA Knight versus Ivar. Is that how you say it? Ivar?
Yeah, you did say Ivar. It's Ivar.
Ivar. Well, he put extra names in there. Yeah, or I did. Okay, so Ivar, the big giant 300-pounder, who's is he a Viking this week? What is he? He's a Viking this week. Okay, because that's a cool gimmick.
It's Vikings, right? Where's the second one?
I'm so hoping. I'm hoping Triple H does us a favor, and when his partner comes back, they rebrand back to the War Raiders.
Yes.
See, I could get behind that.
They just need to take them off TV, do the War Raiders, get rid of Valhalla.
Monster can't even get it out. It just makes him laugh.
It's like, I feel like I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's bring back the War Raiders. What brought like when they were in NXT and was dominant, and people chatting war. I mean, I know they didn't want to do that on TV, but no one cares. People are putting lots of other stuff on TV. So
yeah, it's scary.
You can find a butthole on any channel. All right, Papa Duke.
He's dying over here. I can't disagree with you. Is it going to be a great match? To a degree. I mean, it's Ivar. What's he going to do? He's got like 3 moves, really. Impressive, though, that he could jump off the top rope like he does. But, dude, you're only going to impress me so many times with that as a big guy. I'm a big dude, and I did some pretty stupid shit when I was wrestling, hence why I can't wrestle now. But LA Knight is probably going to win because it's LA Knight.
Yeah. I'm going with the head shake up there.
No?
No, I have a theory.
Oh,
I
well,
want to
let's
hear
hear
it.
it.
Theory is just like on SmackDown where he interfered in AJ's match. I think we're going to get the same. AJ is going to cause some interference. Ivar is going to be in the chamber, and sometime down the line we're going to get AJ versus LA Knight. That's
Okay.
what my theory is. I think we're going to.
This
I
was
didn't know
a
that tidbit of information. So
yeah, this was
Boy,
a
not
theory
Ivar.
that me and Parrish talked about Sunday on the Chris Parrish podcast. And when the Bulkster says it, it makes sense. It makes sense. We could have Ivar in the Elimination Chamber.
Could you
LA Knight
imagine?
versus AJ Styles.
Which is good in a way because didn't Bronson Reed win, or does he have a match yet?
I think.
If he has had a match, or he will, if he is in the elimination chamber, those 2 guys, I like to see them do something in the chamber, something crazy.
Plexiglass is going flying. I can see it now. Dude's going to go through one side and out the other.
And yeah, I totally could see that happening. And I totally agree with what Grunmeister said here. Ivar
Yeah.
has been looking better, and he does have a good sets of matches coming out from the past few. Let's give him a month. But
Yeah.
here's my question to you, Grunmeister. Is it really who you want in the Elimination Chamber? Is it really who you want going up against LA Knight for a qualifying match? I'm going to have to agree with my friend the Bulkster and say, no, this is not what we want. If you're truly going to make Ivar go and become something, this is not the way to do it. This is a way to get him muddied in the mess and only guarantee him big guy spots in the Elimination Chamber, as opposed to maybe he finds a different tag team partner until his partner comes back and he does something in that caliber. I mean, would it overflood the tag team division? I don't think so. I think you could wedge him in there somewhere with somebody, even if it's the comic relief tag team. You know, there's options you could do with him. With that being said, I don't want this match at all. I absolutely don't. I actually want AJ and LA Knight in the chamber. I want them fucking each other over in the chamber, which gives us our WrestleMania match, which is exactly what Grun brought up after you said it, Terry. He's with you on the same page. This is what we want. We want Knight and Styles. We want that. That is what was going to fill up seats. And we have the Grunmeister coming in. No, answering the question. I would prefer LA Knight, but it might be bigger and better decision where Styles attacks Knight while he makes his entrance. No, that's a good point. But we have tonight. We'll figure that out. We'll find that out tonight, courtesy of the Raw Patrol, which we will get you guys out there soon. But last topic, fellas, and it's a big one because there was a lot of shit that happened in it, and I think it gave us some moments to look forward to, if I'm not mistaken. But the backlash from the Las Vegas Mania news conference, which we just had, was that this weekend?
Yes.
Or was it
last Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
So we found out the next Mania going to be at Las Vegas. Going to be fantastic. It's going to be big. It's going to be epic. I don't know if either one of you been to Vegas.
Did they announce it was going to be in Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Really? Like, awesome. I've never been to Vegas, but that might make me want to go to Vegas now.
That's what I told my wife, because last year she told us no more Vegas trips until we go somewhere else. And I was like, well, you don't know what the future holds. And WrestleMania is going to be in Vegas. So we might be going to Vegas. So I hope you travel to Ohio because we are going down next. But yeah, Terry, tell me about it. Is
And
this something that would make you buy a ticket to Mania?
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying for a while, I'm trying to hold out, because you have to spin the flight and do all the thing, and when you get into a crowded city, I kind of get timid, paranoid a little bit. Chicago, at least outside of Chicago, ain't so bad. I don't really have to go downtown, but anyway, I was gonna hold out for Chicago if they built the stadium, but I've never been to Vegas. My wife's never been to Vegas. We've talked about going. So what would be better? She probably wouldn't want to go to the show, but she would allow me to go, and then she just hang out at the hotel or wherever and do the pool or whatever the heck she wants to do, shows or whatever. It is an option if that happens. She'll definitely be like, yeah, let's think about this. But yeah, the press conference was amazing. I mean, it felt like a child. The promos that they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was like really good. It was like promo show without wrestling, and they hit the mark. I mean, things that were happening that were like, wow.
How did you like the whole Rock and Cody interface?
That I liked how The Rock fed the fans, and like I said, I shared that Pat McAfee thing with you before that even happened, and I'm like, are we getting heel Rock? I mean, it felt like either he was really picking on the adults that were complaining about the Cody thing, and I'm one of these things that let's ride the ride. Let's see what I have trust in Triple H doing whatever, and and I love it. Was so it felt so good, and then when he completely switched, that slap the world. The slap we heard the world over or whatever. I don't forget the saying that they said, but I mean, it's like, wow, you could just feel the animosity. So now you're like, what's going to happen? And people are still complaining. It's like, really? Why are you complaining? This is the most exciting thing that's happening. And they all try to make up oh, they're going to be a tag team now with the WrestleMania. There's 2 nights. So who cares if they do double duty and do a tag team match at the first night and do the world championship match on the second night?
Yeah.
If this is the last, if they finish the story,
yep,
and Roman Reigns is going to be gone for a while, let him wrestle both nights.
Yeah.
And we're going to get Rock Day night 1. Who cares? And then people then are like, oh, then we ain't going to get the Rock Roman match. You were bitching you didn't want the Rock Roman match. Now you want the Rock Roman match. Let it. We'll get back to it. Have a whole other year.
I like it. I like that, Terry. That was a good observation from your side of how you absorb that. And I agree with a lot of that. Bubba Duke, what was your take from it?
I have to agree with a lot as well. At some point I'm not a Rock fan. I'll admit it. He just doesn't do it for me as far as wrestling is concerned anymore. I like his movies. The guy's a good actor. Yeah, very good. He knows what the crowd wants. He knows what people want. Awesome. I get that he understands the business and what's best for business. But I hate the guy. Just take your ball and fuck off already. If Roman Reigns is that far out of touch that you got to bring in The Rock to help him. Like, it's just hand over your belt. I'll take it. I can run with it better than you can. You know, I'm a cripple, but I'll make it.
What'd you think of Triple H and Raw addressing The Rock? It doesn't matter what you think.
Yeah, exactly. I was waiting for that too. I knew he was going to do it.
He came at you, and he you know what? Terry took a stand.
We are not going to feel guilt for the way we were born. Winners out.
There we go. Winners out, Terry. You get the winners out drop. But you guys are correct, and you guys have this. I will say that the way they brought The Rock in, the way they gave us heel Rock. Now, I have been known to say I'm not a fan of the legends coming in and the legends taking the spot, because I feel like it takes away from the guys who have worked their asses off to get to that point. It's a cheap pop. But if you're going to give me heel Rock, I will eat it with a spoon, because heel Rock is the best fucking Rock to come out there. Bubba Duke, I believe you're younger than me and Terry. We're in our 40s.
Mm-hmm.
Just turned 43, brother.
You were part of the Rock epic era.
Yes, I was.
Were
I
you
still
put
hate
in
the
a
guy.
were you put in a cage as a child and forced to watch him or something? Because those
all
were
my
the
buddies-
best fucking
all my
Rock
buddies.
years that we ever got. You're telling me, look, when we had Nation of Domination Rock and he was taking over Farouk's spot, that didn't tingle your
pissed me off.
spine?
Pissed me off. I love
When he joined with The Undertaker and they were whooping the fuck out of everybody, but at McMahon's bidding,
Nope.
that
Just
didn't
hated
tingle your
McMahon.
spine? I will
Nope.
say this. I am opposite of you when it comes to Rock's movies. I think he's a boring actor. Ooh, your muscles. Ugh. Wear a bigger shirt. Don't shop at Baby Gap. I mean, you have your hand in every fucking business out there. They can't make you a bigger shirt.
You can't get a real shirt, boy.
But I do love what Rock did for the entertainment that I still love today as a child. I went through the Hogan era. Hogan was my god back then as a child. You know, you did everything Hogan told you to do because he was amazing. And then we folded into the Steve Austin era, which gave us The Rock, which gave us Triple H, which gave us Ken Shamrock. I'd love to say happy birthday to you, big guy. I cannot wait if you ever fucking come back to the WWE in some form or fashion. I fucking can't wait for it, man. I fucking loved everything about you. But bringing me back to it, I respect everything The Rock has done. And even though I don't like when the bigger guys come back and they take those spots, I do like when you come back and you give us a curve. When you give us, everybody was expecting Hollywood Rock, loving everybody, hugging every kid. And now you're going to get The Rock walking out and he's going to look at a kid who's like, I love you, Rock. You're my favorite. And he's going to be like, he's going to smack at him like he used to. The dude used to make kids flinch and they'd be like, oh God, he's big. It's epic Rock. It's what gave us the love for Rock on multiple forms of entertainment.
Don't get me wrong. He's an awesome entertainer and an awesome wrestler. Not for me.
No,
I'll give him credit. Credit is where credit's due. The guy's amazing at what he does. Not my guy.
No, and you're more than valid to have that point. I mean, I completely understand it. I mean, look at a lot of the guys that are top people, and I'm the first one to be like, fuck that dude. I don't even give a shit about him. Like, I didn't start liking the bloodline bullshit until 7 months ago. Like, I wasn't invested. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Oh, okay. Yeah, no shit. you pick the 5 of the toughest guys on your fucking roster, the Samoans, and you put them in one big fucking group together. No shit, they're gonna fucking run everything under. That's what Samoans do in the WWE, you dipshits.
Right?
God,
Yeah.
like, I mean, come on, let's be a little more intelligent as fans. Let's kind of, give it to where, we might get somebody of more than just beer drinking status as an entertainer sitting in the crowd.
And The Rock gave us a freaking spoiler. They put that timeline or that freaking family tree. We know that shit ain't ending anytime soon.
Yeah, it ain't.
And you see who was on that family tree, right?
Who?
The one that is not part of WWE right now.
Fatu?
Fatu was on there.
Oh, and from my understanding, Fatu is a free agent. And
Little hint to what might be happening.
have you seen Fatu, Terry?
I've seen some clips. Yes.
Yes.
Guy's
I
tank.
would definitely try to find one of his matches. The man is is
Beast.
schizophrenia, and
He's built like Solo, ain't he?
oh yeah,
Bigger.
he's built like Solo, but he's also got like the Umaga,
Okay.
like more of
Yeah,
a build.
very
Future tag
very
team.
Umaga.
Yeah, dude, if they tag those two up, get the fuck out of the way, because you might as well just throw titles at their feet, because
You just hand them to them. Here you go.
yeah, it would be valid. All right, boys. So we are at the end of the show. Bulkster, my friend, first and foremost, thank you so much for joining us. Terry,
Thank you.
I truly appreciate all your support and all the things I do. And I value your friendship, man. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for joining us.
I appreciate that.
Can you let the fans know, because what you guys don't know, we haven't even brought it up. Terry's on his journey in TikTok, and Terry himself is trying to get to where he can go live on TikTok. And Terry, let them know what that requires and what they can do to help you out.
Yeah, TikTok has a thing where you can make videos or memes or whatever. And once you get 1,000 followers, then you can go live or apply to go live or whatever. At that time, like I said, I want to do wrestling content. I find I could do wrestling. You ain't see a lot of wrestling content on there now. It's more of my sense of humor, my jokes, whatever. Not I might put my wife through or my friends through. All of it's person like it's happened either to me or a close friend of mine, and I've made fun of it. Some people might not find it funny, but if it's in the situation, it's that they find it funny. Everybody is on board with the comedy that I put out there and think it's great. You just got to kind of step back and go, yeah, that is kind of dark but funny. But anyway, it's at Terry Hontz, TerryHontz. Find me on TikTok. Like I said, I'm at 250. It keeps on going up and down. I think they kick out bots every once in a while.
Yeah.
But I seem that I'm on and like I said, I do this for fun. So I want to do wrestling content live. I love doing this. And what's Bubba Duke have?
I don't know.
I was just going to say, can you spell that at Terry? What is it again?
It's
So
at
we all get it.
and then
Yep.
TerryHontz on TikTok. You'll see my smiling face. Kind of looks like that. But no, a lot of funny little memes based back. I pick on the wife. Wife has good sense of humor now after she's been married to me for 17 years. That she gets that it ain't stopping. I'm gonna keep on doing my thing. But I enjoy this. Hope to be a part of this team in some form of fashion. Doing this is great. Helps me out. Helps you guys out, I think. And
yeah. I mean,
hopefully,
you brought in people to have the conversation flowing and things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, without you, Terry, we wouldn't have had conversations with Josh Bush and the Grunmeister.
Yeah, Josh is a close friend of me. I've known him since childhood. loves wrestling just as much as us,
Oh yeah.
and he has a lot of good thoughts too on wrestling.
Yeah, and offer is extended to you, Josh, if you ever want to come on. Maybe you and Terry could do a tag team and join us, and we could get some discussions going. Hopefully before WrestleMania, because that's going to be where the big hype, the big talks are. Definitely Elimination Chamber coming up. It's going to be fantastic. Would absolutely love to have the discussion flowing. Co-host extraordinaire Bubba Duke, why don't you tell these fine window lickers where they can catch you and all the shit you do?
Hey, you can find me on my YouTube, which is at Bubba OMD. That's capital OMD. And you can find me at The Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke on Twitch. And my Facebook fan page, Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke, or The Boar's Nest, sorry, with Bubba Duke on Facebooks. And you can find me live at the Boar's Nest on Thursday evenings at 8 o'clock. But please, when you subscribe, please hit that little notification button, because there are times that OMD and I do go on early because we like to talk movies, TV, new games, old games, what our week's been like, what kind of cool shit we can get into. So definitely hit that little bell so you know what's going on. And you can find me here at 7 p.m. the Raw Rewind. And you can find me in about 2 seconds on the Raw, not Paw, Raw Patrol. Here in about 2 seconds.
All right, fans, that was Bubba Duke. That was the Bulkster. Bubba Duke, you guys are playing Gears of War 5, correct?
Yes, I haven't touched the game since Thursday because
Yes.
I want to do this entire game online live with everybody.
Okay.
And
fans,
when we're done, when we're done,
go ahead.
we're going to give a complete review from game 1, 4, and 5 because we couldn't play 2 and 3. And I actually sent an email to the people that made it, the studio, to say, listen, you need to get it out there so we can play it on the new Xbox.
Gotcha. So go check that out. They are just right fresh out of the epilogue. It is the start. They're getting ready to go into the gameplay. OMD did let us know that there is a little bit more of the story before we get into the gameplay. But further than that, ladies and gentlemen, you know me. I am the voice, Joshua Joseph. I am the king window licker. I lick so many goddamn windows, you wouldn't even believe it if I told you. So I want you to join me here every Monday night at 7 for the Raw Recap Review Show, part of the Window Lickers Network. And you can find me Friday nights on Deep Fried Fridays. That's where we get a little bit into the icky in your brain, and we find all the conspiracies that keep me down here in this basement spinning. You guys don't even know. I have hard drives with so much shit on it. We're going to get into it. And this Friday, we are jumping into the Mandela Effect. So if you know anything about the Mandela Effect, come on down and join the voice, because we got some shit we need to talk about, and it's going to be fantastic. I truly appreciate every single window licker out there stopping in, joining me and my friends, and the fun we have. I absolutely love the interaction we're getting. And you know what? We have to hit the Trailer Park Boys before we leave.
Oh, do it, please.
What in the fuck are you dressed up like a bumblebee for? And what do you look like Indianapolis Jones?
And that was our Ricky drop of the night. Fans, we absolutely adore you. And we are raiding out to where Bubba Duke is going to be.
No.
Buckle Studios, the Raw Patrol. Go check them out. You are going to have a fucking blast with these guys. I have an amazing time with them every single time I'm in the chat. And when I join them, join Bubba Duke, join me, and join the Bulkster, the big bad booty daddy. We love them. And thank you all for joining us here.
That's a little too.